A trial that's drawn national attention now has a verdict. Maui doctor Gerhardt Konig was found guilty today in the attack on his wife, but not of attempted murder. Jill Kuramoto has the latest.
After a closely watched trial that garnered national coverage, jurors this afternoon delivered their verdict against Gerhardt Konig, finding the Maui anesthesiologist guilty of attempted manslaughter, which is a Class A felony and carries up to 20 years in prison.
State of Hawaii versus Gerhardt Konig. We, the jury in this case, finds the defendant guilty of attempted manslaughter based upon extreme mental or emotional disturbance.
Inside the courtroom, Gerhardt Konig put his head in his hands upon hearing the verdict. At the very heart of this case, two very different versions of what happened on the Palipuka Trail in March of last year. During the trial that lasted about 3 weeks, prosecutors laid out testimony and evidence to prove their case that Gerhardt Konig took planned multiple steps to try to kill his wife, Arielle. They said he was obsessed with his wife's admitted emotional affair with a married coworker, and while on a hike on Oahu on her birthday, tried to push her off a cliff, stab her with a syringe, and hit her with a rock. But the defense painted a much different picture, attorneys arguing that it was not a planned attack, but a chaotic and emotional confrontation that escalated. And they say that there was no clear proof of a plan to kill, and that Konig's actions could be seen as a human reaction to emotional distress. In the end, it appears the jury believed at least that part of the defense's version. Outside of the courtroom, we spoke with the jury foreperson who says at the beginning of deliberations, they were not in agreement, but eventually came to the unanimous decision that Gerhardt Konig was not trying to kill his wife. We also got reaction from prosecutors who thanked the jury and the witnesses who came forward to help. And we heard from the defense who says they plan to appeal.
We didn't see that there was any type of evidence to support that it was he intended to murder her. However, we do understand that she was physically hurt, so we did want to agree on that. The reason behind it was just because of the evidence presented to us. We could see that there was definitely evidence of a track record of the ability for emotional disturbance to have occurred.
We hope that the verdict today brings Arielle the next step into closure, and she can close the chapter on this part of her life. The last thing we like to say is we'd just like to thank Amanda Morris and Sarah Bucksbaum. They stepped in, they heard somebody who needed help, and they stepped in to help.
I mean, we are thankful that they did not convict him of attempted murder, which would have been life in prison. And so we just thank them for their service, and we look forward to an appeal related to some of the judge's rulings throughout the case and before the trial.
Gerhardt's parents, who flew in from San Diego and attended every day of the trial, left the courthouse without making comment today. Sentencing for Gerhardt Konig is scheduled for August 13th. Reporting from Circuit Court, Jill Kuramoto, KH12 News, working for Hawaii.